Hello everybody, welcome to episode number 2 of the Real Talk Real Estate Show Season 2. Today we're going to discuss all things interest rates, bond markets, stock markets, and I've been getting a lot of questions about the interest rate. There's been a tremendous amount of activity since the election in the interest rate markets, so I felt like it was an appropriate question, and so let's jump right in. Interestingly enough, the night Trump was elected, stock futures plummeted. There was this idea of shock in the markets, like, hey, we had no idea how to react to this. But by the time the stock market opened up, all that speculation went away and quickly things started going back up. And for an example, on November 8th, the Dow Jones closed at 18,332, which is a healthy rate. And today we look at it, the Dow Jones today is trading at 19,183. Now, what does that mean to you and how does that affect interest rates? It's an interesting thing. There's a cozy relationship between the bond markets, which is where interest rates are developed, and the stock market, which is where people believe investments are heading. When people are feeling good about the stock market, they bail from the safe, steady Eddie bond market and put their money into the stock market. Well, what that does is that makes mortgage interest rates a little bit more expensive as people bail from the bond markets. And when people are feeling bad about stock futures, they go jumping right back into the safe bond market, which will drive down interest rates. So in effect, a good stock market, a bullish stock market, which we've seen in the last month, let's be honest, means that your interest rate on your next purchase is going to become a little bit more expensive. And so this is where we're at. I mean, the night before the election, November 8th, I was checking out a 30-year fix. We could probably do something around 3.125%, 3.33%, which is less than 3.5%. And again, there's some variation to that, but essentially under 3.5% for a 30-year fixed mortgage. Today, I looked at it. Today, we're at 4.125% on that same 30-year fixed mortgage, which that's a huge rate hike. Now, we all expected there would be a rate hike in 2017 naturally as Fed policy changes, as we can't sustain this artificially low interest policy. But this has been a major change in our mortgage markets in a hurry. This is less than 1 month. And so what does this mean? It means that right now there are people bailing from the bond markets, jumping into the stock markets, and your purchase maybe just got a little bit more expensive as you look at how your rate will affect your monthly payment. Because let's face it, the majority of your mortgage payment is an interest rate, at least for the first 10 years. So having a rate hike of nearly 0.75% means that same mortgage just got a little bit more expensive. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I'm talking to a lot of people about this. I don't know if things are really going to move up much more in the mortgage markets, and there are ways to buy down your rates to get back into the threes. But look, if you're on the fence, if you've been thinking about it, it's a really good time to get off the fence, lock in that interest rate, because it is not going to be back in the threes in 2017. I've been told this. I feel strongly about this. And, hey, a 4%, a 4.5%, even a 5% mortgage interest rate historically is excellent. However, when you're spoiled with the threes for the last year and a half, it's kind of a tough pill to swallow. So that's the latest and greatest in the mortgage markets. The stock market's healthy, the bond market's starting to get a little bit uneasy, and your interest rate just got a little bit more expensive. So we're going to keep our eye on this, monitor. If you have any questions, submit them to us. Use the hashtag AskJohnFox. You can go on our website and take a look at this show at www.thefoxgroupdc.com, where we'll constantly be writing about this, talking about this, and we hope you get involved. But until next time, thanks.